It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso, here on SABC3. If you've just joined us, well, you are just in time to find out which movies to look forward to, as some trailers have actually dropped recently.
Oh,
right?
yeah, no, these are coming thick and fast still. So while we're not necessarily getting the stuff on big screen, there's still a lot of studios buying and making and distributing movies in years to come. In fact, what's quite scary, I think, for a lot of smaller businesses, especially, or smaller producers, is that now there's a lot of battle for real estate in 2021, since a lot of stuff was pushed from this year.
I see.
So we're talking about two small ones to begin with, at least comparatively small to larger things like Wonder Woman coming out this week and whatever.
Yeah.
And you said that, you know, when you like to watch movies, you said you prefer to switch off your brain.
Yeah, I want to switch off. I don't necessarily want to focus and think and follow the storyline.
You're into like escapism, as they refer to it, like flights of fantasy. And
yes, fantasy.
Okay, look, well, you'll get your dessert afterwards. For now, you have to eat your veg. So we're going to do the serious stuff first.
True. So we're starting off with The Dry.
The Dry, or I believe it's The Droy in the native Australian language. No, I'm being stupid, don't worry. So Eric Bana on the poster is a good start there. Eric Bana is a dude who most people might know as the Hulk from the 2003 version of the Hulk movie, where he played the big green dude. Eric Bana, however, you all need to watch Munich by Steven Spielberg. The dude was marvelous in that. Instantly, I can see that some of these shots are inspired by True Detective, and I think that will draw, The Dry will draw some of those types of fans. It is the story based on a best-selling book by, her name is Jane Harper. She's an Australian novelist. This was her debut, and apparently it rocked the literary world. Eric Bana plays a guy who is returning to his small town after 20 years. And now he's a big federal detective, Australia's version of the FBI, basically, or the FBI, no, again, that's my bad Australian accent. Goes back to his old Dorpy, and people are giving him the cold shoulder there. I think partly because he's taken to the city boy life, he's almost left them behind kind of thing, and this poor Dorp has been suffering drought after drought, and this might be one of the reasons why a childhood friend of his might have committed suicide and violently taken his whole family with him, because this happens sometimes in agriculture. The stuff gets so pressurizing.
Yeah.
He is not convinced, though, that it's a suicide, and he wants to reopen the case. And this stirs nonsense in this town. Who, you know, sometimes these small towns just want to keep the peace. You just want to bury the hatchet, keep the skeleton in the closet type thing. He's not content with that, though. Eric Bana has his own dark past in the town, where it's possibly he might have lied about the drowning, I'm doing air quotes at this point, of a girl who knew this friend of his. So is this friend who likely, possibly either committed suicide or had revenge taken against them? Yes. What is it, a revenge killing against him and his family for the killing of this girl many years before? It looks like it stays very slow and, you know, is a nice, slow, dry burn for the longest time, and then comes like to an explosive head. The way like True Detective did. So if you're into that kind of slow burner criminal, like digging under the the dirt and the dust of the past that we try to repress and cover up, then maybe this is for you. The Drive is no date for it.
I would actually enjoy this. I live for this kind of drama, small town kind of stories, and layering it and getting into the crickum crankum at the end of this movie.
We've got so much skitter in our small town.
Yes.
I don't know half of what I should know about my own family. I could be related to anyone.
Hey, let's not unpack those things. But now the second trailer that we're checking out is To the Ends of the Earth.
Sometimes you don't have to go to a dorp. Sometimes you go to Uzbekistan. Kiyoshi Kurosawa is a fantastic filmmaker. Kiyoshi Kurosawa, you would not have the director who won the Oscar this year, Bong Joon-ho. You would not have Parasite without this director. This is a main influence for Bong Joon-ho. And so he's a kind of director who does very Kubrickian kind of, you're not sure it's horror on the face of it, but the horror is just the mood. It's just the sense of things. This functions, as you can see, more as like a drama and like an overcoming your fears type thing. So it's not directly horror, but a lot of critics are like, we're not sure if it is horror, but we do like it. In fact, there are a lot of acclaimed critics saying they're not totally sure what To the Ends of the Earth was, but it really touched them in a fascinating way. Starting off with, Akiko Ashizawa is the cinematographer of To the Ends of the Earth, and every movie that they've done for Kurosawa, beautifully framed, such beautiful, beautiful camera work. I can see our camera operators looking up at the screen as it is already, but To the Ends of the Earth deals with this young lady, and this might resonate with you. She's a TV personality, she does tourism type stuff, where she's like, hey, I'm in this place, this week, this locale, but she's also been forced to push down these other desires. She wants to be a singer. But her director just keeps her in the sort of hamster wheel of no, do it again, you're not happy enough, etc., etc. So Kurosawa does these movies where he finds people who do absolutely normal jobs that seem like they're totally predictable. Then there's like a psychological break at some point where the person has enough, and then she runs off into the hills of Uzbekistan and faces the fears of her introversion, her anxiety, and all these other things. And like I said, a lot of critics are saying, we're not totally sure what this is, but
I'm
it's
not sure
beautiful.
what I'm meant to feel kind of vibe.
He does that a lot, this director. So watch all of his movies and maybe find To the Ends of the Earth when it comes to South Africa, probably with a country festival like Japanese Film Festival next year.
These are fantastic picks, JP Sebastian. Thank you so much. But he's not going anywhere, because a little later on we're going to unpack some more movie trailers that we can look forward to, especially this festive season.
The mindless
right
fun.
now, though, let's get back into the kitchen to see what the guys have in store. What are you guys doing in the kitchen?